If the state would please call the next witness.
Your Honor, at this time the state calls Christian Johnson.
Good afternoon. Please raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state and spell your name for the court reporter?
Yes, my name is Christian Johnson. That's CHRISTIANJOHNSON.
Where do you work?
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Would it be fair to call you then Agent Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you been with the GBI?
Been with the GBI almost 7 years.
And in what capacity are you with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation?
I'm assigned as a special agent.
And did you work in law enforcement before you joined the GBI?
I did.
Where did you work?
The Dalton Police Department.
How long were you there?
Nearly 3 years.
So would it be fair to say about how long total?
9 years will be September.
Okay. And did you receive specialized training to become a law enforcement officer with the Dalton Police Department?
I did.
And subsequent to that, when you joined the GBI, did you receive additional GBI agent training?
I did.
Did you pass and qualify in both of those capacities?
Yes, I did.
And as a result, when you joined the GBI, did there come a time when you became assigned to a field office?
Yes, that's correct.
Where do you work?
Now I'm assigned to the Region 1 field office in Calhoun. However, I spent the majority of my career at the Region 5 field office in Statesboro.
During that time period, when were you assigned to the Statesboro office?
That would have been in January of 2019 until this past January.
So you left in this past January?
That's correct.
You said you're still with the GBI then?
Yes, ma'am. Still with the GBI, just another field office.
Okay. And while in your capacity as a special agent with the GBI in Region 5, did you have occasion to work with Special Agent Tracy Sands in conjunction with this case?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell the jury what role you played in connection with this investigation?
Essentially, my role was that of a supporting agent. I wrote many of the search warrants to obtain records in this case.
Can you tell the jury what a search warrant is?
Yes, ma'am. So essentially, a search warrant is a legal document that seeks authorization to perform a search. That may look different. It varies case to case. It could be a search on a place, a person, or a record.
Okay. And with respect to search warrants in conjunction with records, did you perform any or request any search warrants for records?
Yes, I did.
Specifically, I'm going to direct your attention first to Airbnb.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the jury how you would go about getting a search warrant?
Yes, ma'am. So I would draft the search warrant. I would present that to a judge, and if they saw probable cause for the issuance of the warrant, I would then serve that to the provider, in this case Airbnb.
And would you be specific as to what it was you were looking for?
Yes, so in this case we were looking for account details or records associated with Nicholas Kassotis.
Okay. And at the time that you made that request for a search warrant, was one granted?
Yes, it was.
Did you serve that on anyone?
I did.
Who did you serve that on?
It was on Airbnb.
Okay. And when you say you serve that, what does that mean exactly?
So for many business entities, service is electronic, whether it be through a law enforcement portal where they receive legal process or through an email address.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes, I did.
Did you receive a response to your request from Airbnb?
I did.
And how did that response come in to you?
It came electronically.
Okay. Were you able to specify any particular addresses or locations with respect to Airbnb data other than just Mr. Kassotis' name?
I'm sorry, so you asked for an address?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So an address of interest in this case, I believe, is 311 East 65th Street in Savannah, Georgia, which is where it's believed that Mr. Kassotis rented an Airbnb.
Okay. And was that information sought as well?
Yes, it was.
Did you receive response from them concerning all of that?
Yes, I did.
And with those documents, were they preserved in their original format electronically when you received them?
Yes, they were.
Prior to actually seeking out that search warrant, can you tell the jury whether or not you, well, let me back up. How did you know that address?
So during the investigation, at a point, the evidence determined that Mr. Kassotis had rented an Airbnb with his then wife, Mindi, and we made contact with the Airbnb owner and had a conversation with her, and also procured screenshots of messages within Airbnb between Mr. Kassotis and the Airbnb owner.
Okay, and did you personally observe those messages?
I did.
As a result, were you able to see a profile picture associated with that Airbnb?
Yes, I did.
And were you able to receive phone numbers connected
Yes.
to that Airbnb account?
Yes, I did.
Did you see also screenshots between the owner of the Airbnb and who you believe to be the occupant of the residence?
Yes.
And who was that occupant?
Nicholas Kassotis.
And was that number and his name affixed on those screenshots?
Yes, it was.
When you saw that information, did that assist you in preparing the affidavit to secure the search warrants?
Yes, it did.
Did that also provide you, well, withdrawn, did you seek search warrants for any other locations other than Airbnb?
Look, other business records, yes, ma'am.
Okay, what business records were those?
So one was T-Mobile, another was AT&T, and Verizon as well.
Okay. Now, just to be clear, can a search warrant request be denied?
Yes, it can.
And in this case, were they granted or denied?
They were granted.
Would that be to all of the locations, meaning business record locations that you just referred to?
Yes, that's correct.
So which search warrants, well, let me back up. Were there other search warrants as well?
Yes, there were.
Okay. Specifically today, we're going to only refer to Airbnb, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon with respect to the search warrants, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you receive a response from each of those providers in respect to those search warrants?
Yes.
How did those come to you? You indicated electronically for Airbnb. How did the other ones come in?
They were all electronic.
Okay. And when they come in electronically, can you tell us what a declaration is?
Yes, ma'am. So it's essentially a certification of business records. The custodian of records will include that document to show that it's a valid and true depiction of the records that the business entity has at that time.
Okay. And did you receive one for each of those providers, meaning Airbnb,
Yes.
AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk specifically about Airbnb. When you received those records, were you able to look at those records?
Yes, I was.
Did you provide them to anybody else in conjunction with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Who?
Special Agent Jay Burney of the FBI.
Okay. Did you also provide them to anybody within the GBI?
Yes, I did.
Who did you turn them over to?
The GBI uses analysts that are embedded in our field offices. So in this case, that would have been Lakita Lee.
Was there a time period that you were seeking to request those records for?
Yes, there was.
Do you recall what that time period was?
I believe that was October 1st, 2022 to May 10th of 2023.
And with respect to the Airbnb, if I may, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes,
Do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
You indicated that you sought a request for Airbnb, is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you tell us, would that affidavit incorporate the date range of what records you were seeking?
Yes, ma'am, it would.
Would it also include whose accounts specifically you were requesting?
Yes, ma'am.
And you indicated Nicholas Kassotis, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you also seek any information concerning any other names?
Yes, ma'am. It was our understanding that Mr. Kassotis was also going by another name or had changed his name at that time, which was Nicholas Killian James Stark.
When you made the request, was that incorporated as well?
Yes, it was.
And with respect to those records, can you tell us, you indicated October of what year?
2022.
Were you able to determine if there were records before that as well that you received?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was the initiating period of that time frame requested and received?
I believe that would have been June 30th of 2022.
Okay, and so what did you receive from which date to which date inclusive?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that's June 30th to May 10th. June 30th of 22, excuse me, and then May 10th of 2023.
Okay, and did you ultimately determine by reviewing those records whether or not the period of that rental at the 311 East 65th Street in Savannah was included?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it?
Yes.
Did it indicate a time period in which that rental was held by Mr. Kassotis?
Yes, ma'am, it did.
And what was that rental dates?
I think that was June 30th of 2022 to December 13th of 2022.
And were you also able to confirm the information provided to you by the owner of the Airbnb, Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
The records that you received, did it indicate who the owner of that account was?
Yes, it did.
And what was that owner's name?
Nicholas Kassotis.
Did you have an opportunity to confirm payment for that Airbnb through any other business records?
Yes, ma'am, I did. We also obtained Renaissance Bank records for Mr. Kassotis, which corroborated the payment for Airbnb.
Okay. So now at this time I'm going to ask you, prior to your testimony today, did you have an opportunity to review the electronic records from Airbnb as they were received from them by you?
Yes, ma'am.
And were they on what is in evidence that states 1.101?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at this time, Your Honor, I am going to seek to introduce the exhibits electronically that are listed on 1.101 as certified business records folder with a subfolder Airbnb and then Airbnb production. Is that the records you're referring to?
Yes, it is.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
They're admitted.
Thank you. Now, you indicated that there were Renaissance Bank records as well. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And those Renaissance Bank records, how did you go about securing those?
Via search warrant.
Okay. And when those materials were requested, did you ultimately receive them back?
Yes, I did.
And whose name was the account holder that you were looking for from Renaissance Bank records?
Nicholas Kassotis.
And did you in fact receive a response from that request?
I did.
Now, specifically, was that received electronically as well?
Yes, it was.
Prior to your testimony here today, did you have occasion to again look at the records that were electronically documented on 1.101, the USB?
Yes.
Are those the same records that you received in response to your request from Renaissance Bank?
Yes, they are.
And at this time, Your Honor, I would seek to introduce the records that are listed under Renaissance Bank in the subfolder of certified and business records on 1.101.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
They're admitted.
And with respect to those records, did you have occasion to look to determine whose account was in fact received?
Yes.
And whose account was that?
It was Nicholas Kassotis.
Okay. And on those records, did it list a search?
Yes, it did.
And that was included within the electronic discovery?
That's right.
Okay. Ultimately, did you give those records to anyone in connection with this case?
Yes, I did.
Who did you give those records to?
Both the GBI analyst, Lee, and FBI agent, Jay Burney.
Okay. And those bank records, ultimately, I'm referring specifically to the account ending in 141. Is that what you're referring to here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you testified that you had a conversation with the owner of the, well, let me back up. You had seen screenshots from the owner of the Airbnb, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And during those screenshots, you ultimately viewed them on the Airbnb records?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to determine what phone number was being communicated with at that time?
Yes, I did. Would you like me to say
Yes,
that
please,
phone
if
number?
you know.
It's 912 47, I'm sorry, I have to refresh my memory, 4750.
Did you actually have the screenshot in front of you?
I did.
Okay, and when you saw that screenshot, what did you do with that information from the screenshot?
So at that time, I took that wireless number and determined that it is a T-Mobile line, and ultimately wrote a search warrant for that number.
And did you submit that search warrant to a judge?
Yes, I did.
Was it granted?
It was.
Did you serve or give that search warrant to anyone?
Yes.
Who did you give it to?
T-Mobile, their law enforcement response center.
And when you sent that information to T-Mobile, did you receive a response from them?
Yes, I did.
Did that include a declaration page as well?
It did.
And did you receive the electronic page with all of the data as well in it?
Yes, I did.
With respect to that information, just so we're clear for the record, can you tell us what type of information you received from T-Mobile?
Yeah, so in that production, there is essentially spreadsheets that show call detail records and also data sessions, as well as subscriber information, excuse me. And those all show incoming and outgoing calls and data sessions within the time frame requested.
And who did you believe that phone number, 912-482-4570, to belong to at that time?
Nicholas Kassotis.
And ultimately, did you turn those records over to Agent Sands?
Yes, I did.
Did you also turn them over to anyone else?
Yes.
Who did you turn them over to?
Special Agent Bernie.
And just curiously, why did you turn them over to Agent Bernie from the FBI?
So Agent Bernie serves on a unit called CAST, stands for Cellular Analysis and Survey Team. He can take call detail records and go in depth and really map those to show locations or certain communication patterns.
Do you do that yourself?
I do it sometimes, yes.
Okay. And so in this case, were you aware of what materials he was going to need?
Yes, I was.
And did you provide those to him?
Yes.
Did the period of time that you requested cover the dates surrounding this incident?
Yes, they did.
And would that include the days leading up to December 2nd of 2022
Yes.
and the days thereafter?
Yes.
Did you secure any records from any other phone providers other than T-Mobile?
Yes, I secured records from AT&T and Verizon.
Okay, let's start with AT&T. How many phones did you try to get from AT&T's information?
So just one wireless record. However, I also obtained records pertaining to telematics for a vehicle.
Okay, and so for those records, let me back up. Let's talk first about the telematics. Did you have a vehicle identification number that you were seeking?
Yes, I did.
And that vehicle identification number, was that recovered during the course of the investigation?
It was.
And did you provide that to AT&T when you made the request?
Yes, I did.
Would it be fair to say that's a really long number?
It is.
Do you recall that number off the top of your head?
I do not.
I can just have one moment. May I approach your honor? Yes. I'm handing you 1.19 in evidence. Can you turn to the second page, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a vehicle identification number that is consistent with this case?
Yes, there is.
And can you just tell us what vehicle identification number you attempted to secure in connection with this case records for?
Yes, it appears to be 1FMSK7DH7NGB37068.
And you indicated telematics. Was that with respect to what type of a device?
A vehicle. Some vehicles are outfitted with a wireless a SIM card similar to what you would find on a phone.
Okay. And did you receive a response from AT&T concerning that vehicle identification number data?
Yes, I did.
And was that received electronically?
It was.
Did you have a declaration page in that as well?
Yes.
And did you receive that in its entirety in a format that you forwarded to someone?
Yes, I did.
Who did you provide that to?
Special Agent Bernie.
I'm now referring to this State's Exhibit 1.101. Did you have an opportunity before your testimony here today to look at the records for AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon concerning the records that you received?
Yes, I did.
Were those complete, true, and accurate copies of what you received from those providers?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time I'm going to seek to introduce on the State's Exhibit 1.101 under the folder FBI Cast Cell Phone Productions. There are subfolders for AT&T, AT&T Ford, T-Mobile Production, Verizon Production, and Verizon and T-Mobile Data Sessions.
No objection, John. They're admitted.
Thank you. You had a chance to look at them before your testimony, right?
Yes, I did.
Were those the records that you received from each of those companies?
Yes.
And did you turn all of those over to Agent Bernie of the FBI?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And again, the time periods in question that were sought for each of those, were those included in your search warrant?
Yes, they were.
And what was the time range that you sought for each of those?
I believe it was October 1st, 2022 to May 10th of 2023.
Okay. And why did you stop on May 10th of 2023?
I believe that was the day that I submitted the warrants themselves, so you can't write a search warrant for future records, if that makes sense.
Okay. And those responses incorporated all of those dates that you just referred to?
Yes.
Okay. Now, referencing phone number 434-964-8328 at Verizon, well, actually, before I move on, was there a device that was believed to be attributed to Mrs. Kassotis, Miss Mindi?
A device or a wireless number?
A wireless number.
Yes.
Okay. And was that sought as well?
Yes, it was.
Were records received as well from the provider?
Yes.
Was that in the same format as what you've previously described?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those included in the documents that I just referred to when I said AT&T records?
Yes.
Was hers also an AT&T device?
Yes, ma'am, a wireless number.
Okay. And I keep
That's
saying
okay.
device, my apologies. What's the difference?
So a device technically refers to the actual phone in your hand. The wireless number is that number associated with it that the business entity, in this case AT&T, would have records for.
So you didn't actually have the phone?
That's correct.
You just knew the number they were using?
Yes.
Okay. And as a result, are those the records you sought?
Yes, ma'am.
So even if you don't have a phone, can you get those records from the phone company?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they preserve them?
They do for a time.
And does that vary from provider to provider?
It does.
Now, other than the Ford VIN number and the cellular number or the wireless number, did you then get records from Verizon concerning a wireless number as well?
Yes, I did.
And specifically, do you recall the number that you got from that phone?
I don't.
Okay. One moment. If I showed you something, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes, ma'am, it would.
Showing the witness a copy of the warrant. Please take a look at that and let us know if that refreshes your recollection.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
And what number were you seeking in conjunction with the Verizon number?
That number is 434-96.
Did you submit a search warrant for that?
Yes, I did.
And did you get a response from that search warrant?
I did.
Can you tell us how did you or why did you seek that specific number?
Yes, ma'am. So this number was associated on a police report from Lancaster Police Department when Mr. Kassotis reported his vehicle was on fire.
Did he provide a phone number to the Lancaster Police Department in conjunction with that report?
Yes, he did.
And as a result, were you able to use that number to try and seek records?
Yes.
So the T-Mobile records were from the screenshots with Ms. Hanson, is that right?
Correct.
And then these were from the police report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the time period associated with those records, would that be the same, October 1st through May, October 1st of 2022 through May 10th of 2023?
Yes, it is.
And again, did you turn those over to anyone?
Yes, ma'am. Special Agent Bernie.
Okay. Do you also turn all of those records over to anybody within the GBI?
Special Agent Sands, as well as our analyst, Ms. Lee.
Why would you give them to the analyst?
The analyst has different software that sometimes helps in analytics of different records, organizes information in a way that it's easier for us to produce leads or otherwise analyze it, understand it.
Okay. And with respect to the bank records, do you know if any documentation or reports were generated as a result of reviewing those bank records?
Yes, ma'am. I believe Ms. Lee generated a report.
Okay. And you yourself did not, though?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Agent. You're excused.